You don't need to spend $3,000 hiring a contractor to get a solid wood fence around your yard. With the right materials, the right steps, and one weekend of work, you can build it yourself, and honestly, it'll look better than what most pros throw up in a hurry. Stick with me to the very end of this video because I'm going to walk you through every single step, including the one mistake that causes most DIY fences to lean and rot within 2 years. If you're new here, subscribe and hit the bell. We drop practical builds like this every week on the Furniture Workshop. Now let's get into it. Before you touch a single board, you need a plan and a material list. For a standard 6-foot privacy fence, you're going to need pressure-treated 4x4 posts, 2x4 rails, and your choice of fence pickets. Dog-ear pine pickets are the most common and budget-friendly in 2026, but cedar is worth the extra cost if you want natural rot resistance without chemical treatment. You'll also need post hole digger or a rented auger, concrete mix, a level, a tape measure, galvanized screws or nails, and a circular saw. Do not use regular wood screws outdoors. They rust, they stain your fence, and they fail faster than you think. Start by marking your fence line with stakes and string. Walk the perimeter and mark where every post will go. Posts should be spaced no more than 8 feet apart, but 6 to 7 feet is the sweet spot for strength. Check your local building codes before you do anything else. In 2026, most counties still require a permit for fences over 6 feet, and some HOA neighborhoods have restrictions on materials and style. A quick call to your local building office saves you from tearing the whole thing down later. Also call 811 before you dig. That's the free utility line locating service in the US, and it is not optional. This is where most DIY fences fail. People rush the posts and end up with a fence that looks like it survived a hurricane by spring. Dig your post holes at least 2 feet deep, or 1/3 the total post length, whichever is greater. In colder climates, go deeper to get below the frost line. Pour a bag of fast-setting concrete into the hole, add water, and brace each post perfectly plumb with your level before the concrete sets. Let it cure for at least 24 hours before you attach anything. Do not skip this wait. Attaching rails to green concrete is one of the top reasons DIY fences start leaning within the first year. Once your posts are solid, it's time to run your horizontal rails. You'll need 2 rails per section minimum, one near the top and one near the bottom, about 8 inches from each end. For a 6-foot fence, adding a middle rail gives you way more rigidity, especially if you're in a windy area. Use joist hanger brackets or toenail your 2x4s directly into the posts with galvanized screws. Keep everything level as you go. A fence that looks good at this stage will look great once the pickets go on. Now comes the part that actually makes it look like a fence. Start at one end and work your way down the line. Use a spacer block cut from scrap wood to keep your gaps consistent. A 1/4 inch gap between pickets is standard. It allows for wood expansion and humidity and keeps the fence from warping and cupping over time. Attach each picket with 2 screws per rail. Keep the bottom of every picket at least 2 inches off the ground to prevent rot and moisture wicking. Use a string line or chalk line to keep your tops even, unless you're doing a custom dog ear or scallop design. A raw wood fence left untreated will start to gray and crack within 1 season. Once your fence is fully built, apply a wood sealer or exterior stain within the first few weeks. In 2026, semi-transparent oil-based stains are still the top performer for UV protection and water resistance. If you used cedar, a clear sealer every 2 years keeps it looking sharp for a decade or more. For pine, go with a solid stain or paint to lock out moisture completely. Building a wood yard fence from scratch is absolutely something you can do yourself. You save money, you learn a skill, and you end up with something built the way you want it. Plan your layout, set your posts right, give the concrete time to cure, keep your pickets consistent, and seal the wood when you're done. That's the whole job. If you made it this far, drop a comment below and tell me what kind of fence you're building. And if this video helped you out, hit that like button and share it with someone who's got a yard project coming up. See you in the next one.